Hola. That means hello in Spanish. That was a joke, but you'd be surprised how many people don't know that. Today we're gonna get into I'm using them already. Let's get into a few phrasal verbs, and I remember the first one today. So, number one is show off. Okay, here's the example. Did you see Ben's new car? You haven't? That's crazy because he loves to show it off. This one is when somebody is really proud of something and they want everybody to know.
Are you wearing the
Chanel boots? Yeah, I am.
He wants everybody, scruff, stop, scruff. He wants everybody to see it. And it's a little bit obnoxious when somebody shows off, or at least that's how people feel usually. But we all have that friend that loves to show off. I mean, you can show off that credit card and pay for my lunch. We can turn this phrasal verb into a noun. Compare. He's such a show off. He loves to show off his car. And finally, this phrasal verb is separable, so he loves to show it off. We can cut it. We can put an object in the middle. That's all. Number two, die down. Die. Example, the speaker waited for the applause to die down before she started speaking again. Oh my god, not to show off, but I did speak at my high school graduation, so I may know something about giving speeches or applause. But die down is when noise just becomes quieter and quieter, less and less, decreasing volume. We usually use this for noise, but we also use it for wind, like wind. We also use it for like parties or commotion, something like that. The wind died down around midnight. The party died down around 2 a.m. That's when I left. So what's the point after that? Okay, this next one is two parts. I guess there's two prepositions. Hold on and hold off. Here's the example for hold on. Can you hand me that knife? Hold on, my hands are wet. What's going on? It just means wait, like immediately, just wait for a second. It is physical as well, so if you say, please hold on to the railing, like, hold it with your hands. But then we have hold off. We scheduled our sales presentation for Friday. However, we have not finished collecting all of the sales information, the sales data. So I told my team to hold off on that meeting until next week. So it's kind of like the same thing. Wait. In this situation, I guess it's more like postpone. So it's more of a situation with hold off. It's more of something that's been planned. It's not like an immediate, can I use that? Hold on. It's like, oh, I have to hold off on this presentation I've been preparing for weeks, kind of thing. And finally, let's talk about growing up or grow up. I think this one is a little bit hard for students because we have another phrasal verb, bring up. Bring up and grow up are related. So let's do bring up first. I was brought up in Kansas City. I'm not from Kansas. I've never even seen The Wizard of Oz. Like, I cannot stand the Wicked soundtrack. Ooh. I hate musicals. Like, just talk. Oh my god.
Tell me how I'm supposed to breathe with no air.
All right, that's it. Come on.
Anyways, this just means I was raised in Kansas City. Somebody raised me. My parents, my grandma, my uncle. And it's a bit grammatical because this phrasal verb is usually used passively. It's usually used with passive voice, unlike grow up. I grew up in Kansas City. The difference is with grow up, you're more focused on, you. I grew up. But with bring up, you're more focused on the person who grew up with you, the person who did the work to help you grow. And sometimes I tell students, like, it's actually a little easier just to use raised. My mother raised me in Kansas. I grew up in Kansas. So, I mean, I don't know if it's bad. Avoid this phrasal verb. No, it's just a little easier to use raise instead of bring up grammatically. My God. If you don't want to use the phrasal verb bring up, just use raise. It's just one word. And it's an easier grammatical construction, subject, verb, object. She raised me. Here's a chart. Take a look. Work. So, these came up in lessons this past week. I'll see you next time for the next one. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye, bitch. Have a good night, day, weekend, whatever.